Hey everyone, Ryan here, M&R Productions, with my review of what might be the worst LEGO Star Wars helmet set of 2022 in the Dark Trooper. Given set number 75343 with 693 pieces, it retails for $60 in the US, which is the going rate for helmet sets at this point. Despite the Dark Trooper actually being the head of a droid, it is still touted as part of the helmet collection, an oversight if there ever was one, but one typical of LEGO Star Wars at this point. The back of the box shows a different angle, which makes it look considerably worse, and then we have the real Dark Trooper helmet versus the LEGO one, and I think where this one might fall apart, the reason why I think I don't like this one is the studs on top. It's not something they really could have done anything about, but you can see the real pictures here and how smooth it is. It's just one of those things that might not translate as well as we had hoped. That's everything. Looks like you'll be going from bags 1 to 5 in this particular set. We have a small sticker sheet, and the inside panel of the instruction manual has a bit of information about the Dark Trooper and the Dark Trooper helmet. Very interesting, they literally call it the Dark Trooper helmet inside the manual when it's literally not a helmet. And they have to know that. There's no way they don't know that, but they call it that anyway. It's just baffling to me. As with every helmet set before it, there's of course a plaque on the very front that has the LEGO Star Wars logo, and in this case it says Dark Trooper. The stand for this guy remains unchanged, which is great to see the lineup have some consistency with the stand, so that if you do have, I think it's all 8 helmet sets at this point, you will have the exact same stands in just the helmets, of course, or the head of the Dark Trooper would be the different look, and I really do appreciate that. Having that consistency across the lineup is something I look for in LEGO Star Wars and unfortunately do not see often enough. So this is something that they're going on 3 years now with a consistent stand design. Will they keep it in 2023? Gosh, I hope so. Anyway, this stand at the very top does differ from the other ones because this helmet head is not flat on there. It actually bends slightly forward, as you can see. And so their goal was to try and recreate the look of the Dark Trooper with the eyes kind of covered by its forehead there. Like, it has a real menacing look when it's bent slightly down versus if it's flat like that. It's just not as cool as it looks when it's down a little bit. It has some really good detailing. I mean, they did a good job contouring the front of the face there, and of course the sides, they've got some stickers to add a little bit of detail. I put one of them on backwards when I first started, so be a little careful with that. And you can see the lines for the stickers here. Unlike Darth Vader, so you remember last year when they did Darth Vader and they did half of the ventilation area? On this one, they did the full thing. That's definitely a good thing on this set. I didn't even think about that until just now. That is definitely a great thing to see them do for this one versus the Darth Vader of last year, because it was a big, unfortunate mishap with that Darth Vader. You can see there's a little bit of white behind the red eyes to help them pop just a little bit better. And, you know, just generally, the bottom half of this helmet is so well designed. And it's going to sound a little crazy when I say this, but I don't think the top half of the head looks good. I do think it was designed well, though. I don't think there was a particular fix to this. Like, the bottom half of the Dark Trooper is all tiled off, very few studs, and then the top half is nothing but studs. But honestly, there was really nothing LEGO could have done. They just, unless they created a mold that was all one piece to completely cover the top of this, you just don't make that a perfect shiny top of the head for the Dark Trooper like it actually is in universe. And I understand it's LEGO and what they're doing here, and unfortunately it doesn't, like, even though yes, it's LEGO, that doesn't mean it looks good. Excuse the dust, but the Darth Vader from 2019 obviously has the smooth top of the head, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, if this was a smooth top, I don't think there was a great way to make it a smooth top, and I didn't expect it, to have that, but if there was, it would look better, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's the LEGO designer's fault. It's no one's fault in particular. It's just a byproduct of the way that LEGO exists, and unfortunately it means that a character or helmet or head like this doesn't look as good as it does in universe. It's just the way it is. Unfortunately, you can see a little bit of orange through there. That's always a downside on some sets like this, where some of the tolerances are so tight you can see some of the color underneath, even though it's supposed to be all black, and that's just part of what's being built up under there to help create the shape of everything, and they'll try to do it in different colors. You can see some blue under there to help make the build process easier. And speaking of the build process, the build on this one was exceptionally challenging for me. I don't know if I was just in like a frustrated mood or something, but I wanted to quit. I wanted to take a break. I mean, usually the 18 plus adult sets aren't substantially more difficult to build than any other normal LEGO playset, but honestly, this one definitely has some tougher techniques. I think with part of the side of the head removed, you start to get the idea of what's going on under there. It's just really dense with a lot of different pieces going in a lot of different directions, and a lot of very similar colored pieces mostly makes it difficult and not fun to build either with all the black pieces. So I found that to be just not the most fun time. And before I provide my final thoughts, here's a good view of the underside of the helmet and the underside of the stand here. They use red studs, a little bit of a difference there, but you can see very detailed under here. They really wrap everything around the entirety of the head, and you can see that's kind of like the beginning of the neck area. I kind of like that, some silver shiny tile pieces there, and you can see my sticker error application. And this just isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I still don't love the studs on top. It's just obviously not the greatest look. It's obviously the look they have to go with. They're just constrained by what Lego is, and that is a studded thing. And I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 here. It's not quite my favorite March 2022 helmet set. That title definitely belongs to the Luke Skywalker helmet set, as that one is just fantastic, but this one ain't half bad. So let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments section below. If you want to check out my other LEGO Star Wars 2022 set reviews, you can do so on the end screen now.